Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to learn about direct and indirect speech. Let me introduce myself. I am C.G. Lakshmi Prasad, Assistant Professor of English, working at Government Degree College, Atmakor. Today, we're going to learn about reported speech. And the reported speech means a direct and indirect speech. Some people refer it as direct and indirect speech, and some people refer it as reported speech. Let us see what actually it is, direct and indirect speech. We may report, that is reporting. Okay, usually we call reporters. Reporters, what do? They report whatever that happened to the audience or the readers in the newspapers. So they usually use this reporting verb. Okay, and let us see what actually reporting is. We may report the words of a speaker in two ways. So what do we report? We report the words of a speaker. Speaker says something, and the same thing, the statement, or it may be an order, or a question, or whatever it may be. If you want to report it, you can do it so by two ways. The first way is a direct speech, and another way, second way, is indirect speech or reported speech. And the latest example, what actually it is, we may quite his actual words. We may quote, not quite quote, we may quote his actual words. This is called direct speech. Like Rama said, I am very busy now. See here, inverted commas. So whatever whatever is there in the inverted commas are directly spoken by the speaker, and we are reporting. What are we saying? Rama said. What did he say? I am very busy now. So this same thing, the same information can be expressed in reported speech. How do we report it? Rama said that, a spelling mistake. Rama said that he was very busy then. He was very busy then. So he refers to Rama, and he was very. See here, I am very busy now. So the speaker, when he said about the circumstances at that time, but reporting may be happening after some time, maybe after 1 day or 2 days. It may be after, even after 1 year, even after 1 hour, whatever it is. So the reporting is something late. Okay, so here, that's why we say said. Rama said. Okay, Rama said, not says. So Rama said, what did he say? That he was very busy then. He was very busy then. So this is all. This is called reported speech or indirect speech. So sometimes in grammar, we should be able to tell, we should be able to report so many things that is there in the direct speech, and we should know how to convert that direct speech into indirect speech. But there are certain things that we should notice when we are converting. We use inverted commas to mark off the exact words of the speaker in indirect speech. In indirect speech, sorry, in direct speech, what do? We quote whatever he said in inverted commas. That is called direct speech. There is some problem. But whereas in indirect speech, we do not use inverted commas. So there are no inverted commas in indirect speech. And note, we can further notice that in changing the above direct speech into indirect, certain changes have been made. See, when Rama said, I am very busy now, he is converted to reported speech. There are certain changes. What are those changes? Let us see. First, there is no comma. Rama said comma. There is no comma here. See, it is a spelling mistake. So read it as SAID. Rama said, there is no comma. Then no inverted commas. Second one, as far as punctuation concerned, there are two changes. Then regarding the grammar and structure, we have added that. Okay, in place of comma, we have added that. Then I became he. Then am became was. Then now became then. So there are actually in grammatical structure, there are four changes. We used conjunction that before the indirect statement. So before the indirect statement, this is a statement. Before that statement, we have used that conjunction. So we are actually combining two classes. This is one class. Okay, he was very busy, then is one class. Rama said is one class. So this is a main class, it's subordinate class. So we are uh, combining these two classes with the help of conjunction that. Okay, then the pronoun I, here I became he, I became he, then am became was, then now became then. These are the changes that we have noticed. And in order to grasp your attention, here I have made some graphical representation. Rama said, I am very busy now. See, this said is to be said is called reporting verb. Reporting verb. This is a main verb of the sentence. See, when we parse this sentence, parsing means analyze this sentence. Rama is subject, said is verb, I am very busy now is object. So this is object of verb said, object of the verb said. So the main verb of the, even though there are two verbs, what is this? Am is a verb, said is verb. The main verb of the sentence is said. This is also called a reporting verb. So first we have to see, when we are converting direct speech and indirect speech, we have to see whether the verb is in present tense or past tense. If it is in present tense, there is no need of changing any tense in direct speech. If it is only in past tense, then only all the changes occur. So the first change is we have added that we have removed commas and inverted commas, and we have placed that before the direct speech. Then I became he. I is changed to he. Am is changed to was. This is simple present to simple past tense. Actually, am is simple present tense. It is changed to simple past tense. Then now. Now is adverbial adverb, and it is changed to then. Okay, so there are actually four changes that we have noticed, and why these changes are necessary and how these changes has to be made. All these things we are going to learn in the subsequent slides. Said is the main verb of the sentence in both the sentences. In both the sentences, the main verb of the sentence is said. Even here, it is said is main verb, and here also said is main verb. It is also called a reporting verb. It is also called reporting. This term is very important, reporting verb. Then let us see how tenses are changed. See, in all the cases, we don't change tenses. So when do we change tense? When the reporting verb is in the past tense. Reporting verb should be in past tense. Then only we need to change the tense in direct speech to its corresponding past tense. Corresponding past tense. Okay, usually. So what happens? Suppose the reporting verb is in past. Rama said, then I am busy. Am is simple present tense. So simple, if it is in simple present tense, it becomes a simple past tense. Okay, Rama writes a letter. Rama wrote a letter. Okay, he said that Rama wrote a letter. Present continuous tense. Present continuous, what is the correspondence past tense? Past continuous tense. So present becomes past. Present perfect becomes past perfect. Present perfect continuous becomes past perfect continuous tense. So all these four present tenses become four past tenses. Then what if it is in simple past tense or past continuous tense or past perfect or past perfect continuous tense? Let us see. Simple past becomes past perfect. So one become three. So one become three. Simple past becomes past perfect. Past perfect is the third aspect of past tense. So first aspect becomes third aspect. Simple past becomes past perfect. Past continuous become past perfect continuous tense. What if it is in past perfect? Past perfect becomes past perfect only. Past perfect continuous becomes past perfect continuous tense. Then what about future tense? It's not future tense actually. I'm talking about here. We talk about modal verbs. Suppose Rama said, "I will come tomorrow." I will come tomorrow. What do we do? Rama said that he would come tomorrow. He would come the next day, not tomorrow, the next day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. So if it is will, it becomes would. If it is shall, it becomes should. If it is can, it becomes could. If it is may, it becomes might. So corresponding past forms of the modal verbs. Corresponding past forms of the modal verbs. It needs to be converted. Then let us go to the rules. There are some rules which we have to understand. Okay. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, so same thing, continued. The tense of the direct speech change as, see here I have given some examples for your understanding. He said, I am unwell. So said is reporting verb is in past tense. So we have to change the tense in direct speech into past tense. So simple past this is simple present tense. So we have to change it to simple past tense. He said, I am unwell. He said that. So that has to be added. Even if that is not there, it doesn't matter. He said he was unwell is also correct. That can be omitted, in particularly in spoken English. Whereas in written English, that is added. But if it comes to spoken English, we simply say he said he was unwell. That's enough. So there is no need of that. It is quite understood. But grammatical structure demands that there should be that. He said that he was unwell. So I became he, am became was. And there is no adverb. So there is no need of any changes. See, next one. He said, my master is writing letters. My master is, it is present continuous tense. But reporting verb is in past tense. So present continuous tense becomes past continuous tense. He said that his master, so my become his master was writing letters. His master was writing letters. He said, suppose if it is my master, he said my master is writing letters. Suppose if you say he said that my master was writing letters, then my refers to the reporter's master. It is not reporter's masters, it is speaker's master, whoever has said these words. So we have to use his master. He said, I have passed the examination. See again, I have passed, present perfect tense. So present perfect becomes past perfect. He said that he had, I becomes he had passed the examination. Then he said, the horse died in the night. This simple past tense. Okay, simple past tense becomes past perfect tense. He said that the horse had died in the night. So died becomes had died in the night. Simple past becomes past perfect. This is how it's actually very easy converting direct into indirect speech. Only thing is that corresponding past tense you have to convert a direct speech. In direct speech, tense has to be changed to corresponding past tense. Then will becomes would, shall become should, can become could, may become might. So it's very easy. Then let's go to the next rule. When the reporting verb is in the present tense, suppose if the reporting verb is in present tense, so instead of said, we say says. Okay, so he's just there. Okay, he's speaking on mic, and you did not hear what he is asking. Then you ask your friend, what is he saying? Then your friend says, he says so and so. So this reporting verb is in present tense, so there is no need of changing any tense. Whatever the tense is there, the direct speech, the same tense you use. It can be present tense, or it can be past tense, it can be future tense. There is no need of changing tense. So as it is, but we only add that. He says, I have same sentences I have taken, the previous sentences. Here we have he said, but here we have he says. He says, I am unwell. So what happens here? He says that he is unwell. There is no need of changing he was. Okay, so if it is only past tense, then only we change. Otherwise, reporting verb is present tense, so it also can be present tense. You cannot have both present tense and past tense in a same sentence. That is the reason why we change actually tense. See here. He said that he is unwell. Said is past tense, and he is present tense. That is not possible. So both should be in past tense. But here says is in present tense, so he is also in present tense. There is no problem. Suppose if you say he was, then it is a wrong sentence. He says that he is unwell, only is correct. He has just said. See, this is also present perfect tense. Has said is present perfect. So reporting verb should be in present tense. Means it can be in simple present tense, or it can be in present continuous tense, present perfect tense, whatever it is in present tense. Then there is no need of changing tense in reporting direct speech. See, he has just said that my master becomes his master is writing letters. So there is no need of changing it into past tense. Was writing letters is not necessary. If you write, then it is wrong. He says, once again, see, he says reporting verb is in present tense. I have passed the examination. He says that he has passed the examination. That's a perfectly correct. There is no need of making it to had. He had passed. There is no need because reporting verb is in present tense. He says the horse died in the night. See, he says the horse died. The horse died in the night is in past tense. So same thing can be reported. He says that the horse died in the night. He says that the horse died in the night. Okay, so the same tense can be used. There is no need of changing the reporting verb. Then let us go to the next slide. Direct net speech rules continued. When the reporting verb is in the past tense. So same thing, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tenses in the direct speech may not change if the statement is still relevant or if it is universal truth. We can often choose whether to keep the original tense or change them. So there are no strict rules as such. Actually, when you are reporting is very important. When you are reporting, where you are reporting, the speaker is there only just in front of you, and the same thing you at the same time, okay, immediately after 1 second or 2 seconds, you're reporting to your friend, or you are reporting to your friend on your mobile. Simply you can you don't need to change the tense in direct speech. Let us see, let us examine. And if it is universal truth as well, suppose the sun rises in the east, it is universal. The teacher said, the teacher said, okay, the teacher said the sun revolves around the sun. You can say the teacher said that the sun revolves around the sun. It's correctly, absolutely correct. There is no need of changing tense because it is universal. Even now, the sun is revolving around the sun. And then say sun rises in the universal truth. So there is you cannot say in past tense actually. You have to say it in the simple present tense only. The same way, not only universal truths, suppose if the circumstance, that is a statement is still relevant, okay, to the present, when the reporting time at the reporting time or at the reporting place, the statement is still correct, then you can use the same tense. See, let us examine some examples, then you will understand. I know her address, said Gopi. I know her address, said Gopi. See, suppose if you say, I know Telugu, I can speak in Telugu, even tomorrow it is right. Even day after tomorrow it is right. You cannot say he knew Telugu. He could speak Telugu. There is no need because even now he can speak Telugu. It is relevant. That is the point here. So indirect, what happens? Gopi said that he knows her address. So even though he knew her address also is possible. Okay, but he knows her address is also possible. That's why here I am telling you we can often choose whether to keep the original tenses or change them. It is up to us. You can change or you don't need to change. Both are correct in this case. But the circumstances are very important. Where you are reporting, when you are reporting, at that time, does Gopi know her? Maybe suppose Gopi lost his memory. Gopi lost his memory and he doesn't even know his name. Then it is wrong. Gopi said that he knows her address is wrong. Then you have to say Gopi said that he knew her address. That is more important because now he doesn't know, because he doesn't know his name also. He has forgotten everything. Now memory is lost. So he doesn't know his name also. In that case, you have to use past tense only. So circumstances are very, very important. And when you are reporting and where you are reporting, what you are reporting, all those things matters. But rules are not that very, rules are not that important, particularly when it comes to spoken English. But when it comes to written English, of course, the circumstances are not always defined. Circumstances are always not defined. So circumstances we take by default. So when we take circumstances by default, we have to strictly follow the rules and regulations. Okay. So let us examine the other statement. The teacher said the earth revolves around the sun. So see, this is universal truth. So here you don't need to use past tense. The teacher said that the earth revolves around the sun. The same tense can be used because it is universal fact. See, one more thing. German is easy to learn. She said. She said. So suppose if you also think that German is easy to learn, and you can report it in the same present tense itself. She said that German is easy to learn. Okay. If suppose if you don't believe and you don't think that it's not easy to learn German, then maybe you can say she said that German was very easy to learn. Is it so? Okay. You are very skeptical about her statement. Then you can say it in past tense. And even if you say it in present tense, there is nothing wrong because it is relevant according to the speaker. According to the speaker still believes that learning German is very easy. Okay. Then change pronoun. So we have told that tense is changed, the first change. Then the next change is pronoun. Pronoun is changed. I became he in the given example. And how these are changed, let us see. The pronouns are changed so that their relation with the reporter and his hearer, not the speaker. Speaker is not very important because speaker is not in front of us. Speaker is somewhere, and you are reporting speaker's words to the hearer, to your hearer. So what is more important is that the pronouns are changed so that their relation with the reporter and his hearer is more important rather than with the original speaker. Okay, when you say, suppose the speaker says, okay, I don't like you. I don't like you. That is a speaker. Now speaker has gone. Now I'm reporting the same thing to somebody else. So what do I say? He doesn't like you, Gadu. You becomes me. He doesn't like me. So who is you there? You is none but me. I am reporting now. The same person. Their listener is reporting the same thing to somebody. Suppose he says, Rama said to Sita, I don't like you. Then what happens? You have to say, Rama said that he doesn't like or he did not like. Rama said that he did not like Sita. So Sita is nowhere here. Sita is nowhere here. So this is also very, it is, you have to, actually there is no rule as such. To whom you are reporting, that is more important. And the person, whether he is related to the hearer or not, from the hearer point of view, you have to understand. Let us examine some examples and you will be able to understand. It is in direct speech and indirect speech. He said to me. He said to me. So who is now reporting? Reporting is me. I am reporting. He said to me, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. See how it is reported. He said that he did not believe me. He did not believe me because I am reporting to somebody else. So here you become me. You become me. In the next sentence, she said to him, not to me. She said to somebody else, and I just listened. I don't believe you. Same thing. I don't believe you. So what happened? She said that she didn't believe him. So him is still somebody else because I am reporting about her what she said about him. So she is not there, he is not there. I am reporting to somebody else, and I myself is a third person, and I am reporting to fourth person. Okay. So what happens? She said that she didn't believe him. So same you becomes here, you becomes him here. So according to the circumstances, you have to decide. But there is no such rule. You has to be changed to me, or you has to be changed to him, or you has to be changed to something else. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on to whom you are reporting. That is very, very important. I said to him, I don't believe you. See here, I said to him. Now, who said? I said. So who is reporting now? Even I only reporting. So to whom I am saying? To somebody else. I don't believe you. See here what happens. I said that I didn't believe him because that person you is not there in front of you. Now you are reporting the same thing to somebody else. Okay. I said that I didn't believe him. See the next sentence. I said to you, I don't believe you. So now I am reporting the same thing to the same person. Maybe he must have forgotten. I told you yesterday, I told you that I didn't believe you. Okay. I am reporting the same thing. I said to you, I don't believe you. I said that I didn't believe you. So you doesn't change here. You doesn't change here. That is more very important. Actually, there is no hard and fast rules that you has to be changed to him or he has to be changed to him, something like that. You have to be a little, you have to think about it little to whom you are reporting and to what is the relation of that person to the hearer. That is very important. Okay, then it becomes very easy for you. Then change of adverbs and other words. Okay, so adverbs like no, the adverb, usually adverb, and sometimes some other also will be there. So how these are changed? Words expressing nearness in time or place are generally changed into words expressing distance. So whatever that is near, it becomes far, because near means, suppose I say I am coming now. I am coming now. So now means at that time it is now. But now you are reporting after 2 days. That now becomes then. Now becomes then. So now becomes then. Here become there. Okay. Ago become before. Thus becomes so. Today becomes that day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Tomorrow, you see, suppose I say, I will meet you tomorrow. I will meet you tomorrow. When did I say yesterday? I told. So what actually is tomorrow? It is today now. Okay. If I say the same thing tomorrow, then it becomes tomorrow only. So what you have to say? The next day. So whatever, whenever the date of the statement, on that day he said that he would meet me the next day. So tomorrow becomes the next day. Yesterday becomes the day before. Last night becomes the night before. This or these becomes that or those. So one example is here for you. He said, we are going to examine many more examples. He said, I'm glad to be here this evening. I'm glad to be here this evening. See, two words are there which needs to be changed. Here has to be changed, and this evening also needs to be changed. So what is the changes? See here. He said that. He said that he, so I becomes he was glad. Simple present becomes past simple past tense. He was glad to be there. To be there that evening. So here becomes that. This becomes that. Okay, this evening becomes that evening. That is how we need to change the adverbs. Then change of adverb, same thing is continued. The changes do not occur if the speech is reported during the same period or at the same place. Suppose you are reporting at the same period. Suppose he says, I will meet you tomorrow. So on the same day you are reporting. On the same day, maybe after a few seconds, if you are reporting, if tomorrow is still relevant, you can use tomorrow itself. There is no need of using the next day. Okay. If it maybe if it is after 2 days or 3 days, or maybe after 1 year, then you have to say that day. But at the same day, same place, you don't need to. In the suppose if it is same place, so here becomes there according to rules, but here doesn't change. Here will be here only, because you are in the same place. You are reporting at the same place. Let us see here. The changes do not occur if the speech is reported during the same period or at the same place. Let us see, same example I have taken. He said, I am glad to be here this evening. So how did we change? He said that he was glad to be there that evening. So we can say like that. He said that he was glad to be here that evening, even this evening, with the same place. Okay, still evening if it is. If it is not evening, then we say that evening. And you are reporting at the same place, then you say instead of there, you can use here itself. So that is how you have to be you have to be little careful as to circumstances. But remember, as far as the examinations are concerned, suppose if the question comes in examination, you don't assume that you are in the same place. You don't assume that you are in the same time. Okay, you assume that you are reporting after 2 or 3 days. So here becomes there, and this becomes that. Okay, that you have to assume. But I am concentrating about your speech. So English is learned for speaking. So when you are speaking, when you want to report, that is more important. Exams are only accidental. They come and go, but English remains in your life forever. So that's the reason why I'm explaining all these things. Otherwise, it's not necessary. From examination point of view, I don't need to say this rule. Similarly, this and that are changed at that and those, unless the thing pointed out is near at hand at the time of reporting the speech. So when you're reporting, suppose he says, I like this mango. I said, I like this mango. Then somebody is reporting. He said that he liked this mango, or he likes this mango. Same. Okay. He likes this mango. Okay. Same. This mango. Because mango is still there. You are showing it with your hand. So there is no need of saying that mango. Okay, if you are not able to show, then you can say that mango or those days or whatever it is. So if it is still in front of you, still you, because these are demonstrative pronouns. So still if you are able to show your finger, this mango at this room, this village, still this is relevant. Still this is relevant. Then questions. So how questions are reported? Suppose somebody asks, what is your name? What is your name? What is your native place? Where are you going? Are you happy? Are you going to your native place? Something like these questions also need to be reported. He asked me. He asked me. So how these questions are reported? Remember, questions are two types. One is WH type of question and another is yes or no type questions. WH type of questions means we use WH word at the beginning of the question. That is what, where, which, even how, why, and all those words will be at the beginning of the question. And the remaining B form plus subject plus verb will be there. That you know the structure of question is B form plus subject plus verb. But here WH forms what happens? WH plus B form plus subject plus verb. That is a structure. So if the question are yes or no type, then another one is yes or no type questions will be also there. The reported is followed by whether or if. So there what we do, we use instead of that we use whether or if. Whether or if. Let us see. Let us examine some example. First WH type of questions. He said to me, "What are you doing?" See here what happens. Said becomes asked. We have to introduce with some such words like asked, inquired, or inquired, whatever it is. He said to me, what are you doing? He asked me. So said becomes asked. Said to becomes asked. He asked me what will be there as it is. But the order of the sentence, because usually question means a B form will be at the beginning. But here what happens? It becomes a statement. So R goes back, but R becomes I because here you becomes I. You becomes I. So what I, then I takes was. Okay, not were. R has to be become verb, but I is first person singular, so we use was. What I was doing. So the order of the question changes. The order of the question changes. He asked me what I was doing. Then next one, where do you live? Asked the stranger. The stranger inquired. The stranger inquired where I lived. See, this simple simple past tense. So simple past tense, there is no helping verb. Do plus live. Do plus live, what happens? Does. So does becomes did. So did plus live? Lived. Did plus live? Lived. So where I lived. Again, the structure of the sentence has changed. Order of the words changed actually. It becomes a where. WH type word plus subject plus verb. Not B form plus subject plus verb. B form is removed. If it is there, it has to be after subject. It has to be after subject. Since it is simple past tense, there is no be form. The policeman said to us, the policeman said to us, where are you going? See here, helping verb is there. So it becomes you are going. Where are, you forget about this where you are going. So you are going, what happens? You were going. So you becomes something. Okay, according to that, this are becomes were or was, whatever it is. Now let us examine. The policeman inquired. So us. So it is plural. The policeman inquired. Already we is there. So us is not necessary. The policeman inquired where we. You becomes we. Plural. Us. So where you becomes we. Where we were. R becomes were because we is plural. So we were going. Where we were going. So this is what very important. You have to be very careful. Now let us go to the WH type of questions. Examples. See, yes or no type of questions. Direct. He said, will you listen to such a man? See here, I told you, we have to introduce one of the two words, that is whether or if. Okay. Uh, After removing the before the question, he said. So he said becomes he asked them. He asked them whether. So we have to introduce a new word, like in the statements we introduce that. In the same way here we can introduce whether or that. He asked them if or whether they. So here you becomes they. Okay, whether they will becomes would. I told you will become would, shall become should, can become could. So would you listen to such a man? Would you listen to such a man? Such a man. So this is how, by introducing whether or this one whether or if, the sentence will be almost all same. That you has to be brought, subject has to be brought forward. Then the rest of the sentence remains the same. He asked them whether they would listen to such a man. Then one more sentence. Do you suppose you know better than your own father? Jeered his angry mother. Okay, his angry mother jeered very angrily. She said, do you suppose you know better than your father? So how you are going to report the same thing, but you can add jeered as well. His angry mother jeered, his angry mother jeered and asked, because jeered is not questioning word, so you have to add asked. So we have to add whether or if. So it can be if or whether. His angry mother jeered and asked, if you becomes he. You becomes he, subject. First we have to bring subject forward. So if he, do suppose becomes supposed, simple past tense. If he supposed that, we have to add, because here we are introducing another statement, that you becomes he, that he know becomes new, simple present becomes simple past. See, two verbs are there. That he knew better than his own father, his own father. See, two verbs are there. That's why two verbs also need to be changed to corresponding past tense. And also we have added that, we have also added that, because it becomes another class, it becomes another class. His angry mother jeered and asked if he supposed that he knew better than his own father. Please examine. You have to write down in the paper and carefully try to write it and how it is changed. Just by listening you cannot understand. Then, are you coming home with me? Are you coming home with me, he asked. So here he asked me if I was going home with him. See, coming has become going. Why? Because at that time he asked, are you coming home with me? Maybe now you are in not in that place, now you have gone somewhere. So coming has to become going. That's why sometimes we have to be little bit logical. Then only you can, it becomes very easy for you to convert direct speech into indirect speech. He asked me if I was going home with him. Going home with him, not coming home with him. Coming means you have to be there, then only you can use such verb. Then, do you really come from China? Said the prince. The prince asked me, the prince asked me if I, why me? It can be he also. Yes, it can be. The prince asked him, you can say, because we don't know to whom it is said. The prince asked him if he, if it is him, it becomes if he. If it is I, it becomes if I. The prince asked me if I really came from China. Simple past becomes, sorry, simple present tense become simple past. Have you anything to say on behalf of the prisoner? Said the judge finally. The judge finally asked if he had, you becomes he, if he have becomes had, if he had anything to say doesn't change. It's two infinitives doesn't change, because to infinitive is not tense marker, it is just to infinitive. To say on behalf of the prisoner, same thing, it will be as it is. Only thing is we have to change said becomes asked, because it's a question. The judge finally asked if, we have to add if or whether also is possible. The judge finally asked whether he had anything to say on behalf of the prisoner. It's actually very easy, but you have to practice it a little bit. Then commands or request. Okay, these are also called imperative sentences, and how they can be reported. In reporting commands and requests, what do we do? The indirect speech is introduced by some verb expressing command or request. So we say he requested, he ordered, he commanded. These are the introducing verbs or reporting verbs. Reporting verbs be changed according to the imperative mood. That imperative mood that can be request or that can be command. Depending upon that, we have to introduce the word. And imperative mood is changed into infinitive. And imperative mood, that is go away. What we have to change to? We have to change it to infinitive. To go away. To go away. Let us examine some examples, then you will understand it very carefully. Rama said to Arjun, go away. So it must be an order. We have to assume that suppose if it is please go away, then it is a request. Rama ordered Arjun to go away. So here the imperative mood becomes to infinitive. He said to him, please wait here till I return. He requested him. See, please is there. So since please is there, it is a requested. He requested him to wait. So wait becomes to wait. Here becomes there. Till I becomes he. Return becomes returned. Till he returned. Simple present becomes simple past tense. Call the first witness, said the judge. The judge commanded. Judge always commands or orders. He doesn't request. Okay. So we can say the judge commanded or judge ordered them to call. So call becomes to call the first witness. To call the first witness. That's all. He shouted, let me go. He shouted to let them. He shouted to them to let him go. To let him go. Then he said, be quiet and listen to my words. He asked them. He asked them. Here it is not very sure if it is a request or command. So neutrally we can simply use asked. Okay, because it can be your friend. Be quiet and listen to my words. Okay, if it is friend, it may be a request. If it is a lecturer or teacher, it may be a command or it may be an order. But here we are not very sure. And if you are if you are not very sure, you better don't use order or request. Simply say he asked. That's enough. He asked them to be quiet and listen to his words. So to be quiet and listen to my words becomes his words. That is how it is changed. Then exclamations and wishes. Okay, exclamations means somebody exclaims. That how do you report? In reporting exclamations and wishes, the indirect speech is introduced by some verb expressing explanation or wish. Let us examine. He said, alas, I am undone. So it is a sad expression. So you say, he exclaimed sadly. He exclaimed sadly that he was undone. This rule is same. I becomes he, am becomes was, same. But introducing verb will be changed. He exclaimed sadly that he was undone. Ali said, how clever I am. Alice exclaimed that she was very clever. She was very clever. He said, bravo, you have done well. He applauded. Applauded means you are encouraged. You are encouraging somebody. When you say bravo, it is encouragement. He applauded him, saying that he had done well, saying that he had done well. So help me heaven, he cried, I will never steal again. He is calling the heaven. So he say, he called upon heaven to witness his resolve never to steal again. I'll never steal again. He has taken a resolution. That resolution or resolve, he is asking the heaven to witness it. So he called upon heaven to witness his resolve never to steal again. And thank you very much. I hope you have understood some points, but again I remind you, you have to practice. Unless you practice unless you practice it, you cannot master grammar. So I request you once again all to practice exercises in direct speech so that you master it. Thank you very much.